I'm Mythical9. I'm refilling in for a little bit here, casting the Super Mario Odyssey 4-way race. Pay attention to the reverses in the middle of the screen and the top and bottom. We have two different races going on. OhHeyItsDavid versus BigZeeff and Krankdud versus NicroVeda. And to go over some PBs, we got BigZeeff is going to be 124.33, but that's a month old, so I don't trust it, honestly. I think we're probably going to see BigZeeff perform better than that PB suggests. Same with OhHeyItsDavid, another PB a month old of a 113 or so. Krankdud achieved a new PB in the tournament with a 109.02. And then, of course, we've got the favorite top 5 on the leaderboard. NicroVeda has a 106.52. Moving on out of Gappy King. Just let me know if the audio fixed itself. Into Cascade Kingdom. NicroVeda and OhHeyItsDavid gonna be the first ones to grab this win. Seems like it might be not our fault. It might be fault. I'm blaming names of things rather than myself or other people. So let's go with that. We got OhHeyItsDavid with a small lead in the top race. NicroVeda. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, by the way. I'm sure I saw some fans, I saw some emotes in the chat. Let me know so I can get that one right. But these two have successfully got the dino skip. Krankdud as well gets it. Look into that left foot of that dinosaur. You want it to hit that trampoline, and it did, but it's pretty far away. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. BigZeeff doesn't get the first try. NicroVeda. Conflicting reports. I see Veda and Veda. But thanks, guys. Madam Brutal down for OhHeyItsDavid, NicroVeda. Gonna be the first one to collect the Grand Moon. Or Multi-Moon. BigZeeff still struggling a bit. The dinosaur did step on it. The placement looks good, but the dive maybe a little too early there. Is struggling with this. And once you miss this once, it can be really frustrating. This one looks really good. That's it. In there. That's not how you want to start off a race. Veda. NicroVeda. From the man himself. But yeah, it can be hard to recover from a missed dino skip. You don't get to reset. in a race. So you gotta play that out, and you gotta accept that you're playing from behind. Moons return to the Odyssey for our other 3 players. And Madame Brutal down for BigZeeff. So we're done with Cascade. We're moving on to Sand Kingdom. A couple different options available to our players. We'll see which ones they opt for. Happy to see the Nicro support in chat, even if it's a little horrifying to look at. Hope you guys keep that up. Nicro is off into Sand Kingdom. Grabbing this moon up top. Probably going to be going down the pipe. David doing the same. And right behind David is Krankdud. OhHeyItsDavid grabs the bird. It's possible to get this bird later or get in a different moon entirely. Nitro is off. Krankdud's going down the tube. OhHeyItsDavid as well. And BigZeeff still in transit over to the Sand Kingdom. Krankdud skipping bird, heading straight to the dune. We'll see if these players can do a good job of finding it. First try. Looks. First try for Krankdud and David. Nicro as well. No problem. It's a very tricky vertical ascension for Nicro. Freeing the moon from its prison. Krankdud is going to be manipulating this bullet bill to blow up the box. Goes way up high to trigger it, and then hangs around to have it loop around, so the moon is freed from the box from down below. And OhHeyItsDavid, bonks off the cannon itself and falls back down. This is a tricky section of Sand Kingdom. BigZeeff showing us some parts of Sand Kingdom you don't see all too often. Bonks into a wall a little bit. NicroVeda going for the Sphinx clip. Second try. Not bad. I think that'll still save time. First try saves about 6 or 7 seconds. That's some advanced stuff. Very tricky. The man himself told me Vita. That's how I'm gonna say it. I missed with Krankdud. David is sinking through the sand on the left side. BigZeeff showing us the employees only moon. Jaxty skip, NicroVeda, no problems. BigZeeff trying to find this moon on the hill, gets it. Jaxty skip for Krankdud, also gets it. That was interesting. What X Waters? You need whatever you're doing with your microphone. That was incredible. You have some kind of filter on or something? I don't know, but welcome.
Oh, yes, I did have a filter on, actually, and it's off now. We're all good. My apologies.
Yeah, now you sound like a person. Oh, you
I think I was set to
be
synthesizer there, yeah.
it was a little musical. Welcome, X-Water. I've been filling in for our commentator, so I think Grand Pooh Bear might be along.
Yeah, my apologies. That was all planned for 7, so I actually wasn't home until just now.
It's fine. It's fine. I've got a link here that I can commentary thing, and hopefully you've already done the whitelist and flash, and we're all good. Oh, hey, it's David is in the Oasis now. Krankdud also there, and NicroVeda already out of Sand Kingdom. Oh, hey, it's David is taking notes. Krankdud finally tracks down the bird. David's got the notes.
Man, these are some impressive paces we're seeing here already. Krankdud and Necro being out of sand before the before hitting the globe before the 1140 mark. That's a really strong pace. Oh, hey, it's David, not too far behind. Now, you must be pretty excited for this race, considering Krankdud and Necro both have times, I believe, that are sub 109. Is that correct?
Krankdud's got a 109 on the dot, I'm pretty sure.
On the dot. Close to the area.
Very close.
That's still a really hot time. I'm excited to see what goes down between him and Necro. And I know Oh Hey It's David has been practicing hard. He's not too far behind those guys.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Hey, what's going on, man?
It's Grand Pooh Bear. Welcome.
Hey.
You got the commentary link in chat?
Yeah, I got it here.
All right.
Sorry about that. I did not realize we were starting early.
It's all good. I'll turn it over to you guys.
All right, man. Thanks for covering.
Oh, man. Sorry about that, X-Water. I mean, I can't leave the dream team here only half done.
Hey, it's okay. I've been here for about 30 extra seconds than you.
Oh, man. This is a heck of a race we got here. I mean, this is two different two-way battles. And very, very close PBs, from what I understand. So I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah, we're already seeing amazing times coming out from Krankdud and Nicro, and David's actually pulling out some really good strats right now too. BigZeeff on his way out of the Sand Kingdom. I missed what happened. It's the most exciting kingdom to commentate. So I'm a little bummed we missed Sand. We're going right into Lake, where it's like, all right, well, what strat is you gonna use here?
I know there's like not many places for anyone to mess up. Although it does seem like Necro having a bit of a lead right now. So staying clean so far. Krankdud right behind him though. About to fight Boing Lao, as we like to refer to him.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? It's all right. We miss sand, but we get wooded.
Yeah, if anything, at least we didn't do the injustice of missing these players busting their nuts.
Yes, thankfully we will get to see who has the fastest nut busting strategies.
All right, and all of these players making it out near the same time. Oh, hey, it's David is actually keeping up extremely close to Krankdud right now, which is really awesome to see considering the peebs of these guys are so low.
Yeah. Another thing, I mean, we should mention, like, Oh Hey It's David is part of our super secret race server that we have, X-Water.
Yeah.
And both you and me have received beatdowns from him.
Oh, yeah.
So he is fully capable of busting out a sub 110, no doubt. And he's going to have about a kingdom lead right now over BigZeeff, it's looking like. Whereas Necro and Krankdud are separated by about 25 seconds, I believe.
Yeah. And just like you see a lot of the players with the massive optimizations in their movement, Necro already going and, you know, hitting the bunny but not waiting for the moon. Those small time optimizations you see with these really high tier players, it's got to be less than a second of time saved, and also reliant on, you know, perfect movement. But there it is. There you see it. He's doing it.
Yeah, right off the bat, I mean, Necro having no problems keeping his P-speed around the corner, which is a very big optimization, but very difficult to do. As I say that, not getting his jump up to the first nut.
At least he busts it quickly.
Yes. Meanwhile, Krankdud having a good bunny, a good rock. We'll see if he's able to avoid the wall jump right here, which is actually a relatively decent little time save you can have early on in the wood.
One thing I want to see, we're already past Necro's chance for it, but right out of the tunnel before you catch that first uproot, there's actually strats where you do a triple jump and do some wall hops, and you end up getting that second nut without ever capturing the uproot. I'd love to see that out of any one of these players right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's it's very difficult strat.
It's incredible, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, it really doesn't have much like time loss if you go for it. It's not like
it's true.
Yeah, you lose about no time going for it. So there's really not much reason to go for it, but at the same time, we didn't see either racer actually attempt it. Meanwhile, Necro, what we want to point out, he actually went for the checkpoint first, and so does Krankdud as well. Both players opting to go checkpoint, going to avoid the climb coming out of the pipe, which is definitely the more consistent strat, but in theory slower.
Yeah. Probably, it's got to have to do with the fact that we are in a race here, and you know that climb, if you do mess up any part of it, will end up being the slower way. Where, I don't know, going for it, you can't be saving a hugely significant amount of time.
Yeah. That was a heck of a pipe right there by Necro as well. That last jump over the fuzzies was... I did not think he was getting that. I thought he was going damage strats. And
yeah, he is killing it right now.
Yeah, great
Hopefully
movement around the
can
corner.
pull off some nice strats on it too. I think David went with the exact same strats with the checkpoint as well.
Yeah, all three of our players in Wooded right now opting to go with the checkpoint, which is a little interesting. I feel like most people have gone back to the climb.
Yeah. I haven't seen a checkpoint in a while.
Oh.
All right, and BigZeeff is getting started on Wooded right now as well. Hopefully some solid movement, able to catch up. But David has been playing extremely well thus far.
Yeah, although missing the damageless fuzzy pipe right there.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, NicroVeda getting the P-switch skip.
No vine bridge for this guy, man. He is creaming through this nut busting.
That was a lot.
Honestly, I didn't even where my brain went to start.
and that one kingdom we got to announce before they took us off. Let's see what strat Krankdud goes with here to see if he's going to skip the bridge as well. No, he's... Oh, no!
Oh, the hat vault. Okay. So he did summon the bridge, but he didn't use it. Interesting.
Yeah, I like that strat. That's a very consistent strat. Not too much slower. A very, very good way to go about that.
Yeah,
Vine skip.
Definitely faster than using the vine bridge, and definitely a lot more race safe.
Also, I want to point out he took that triple jump right there. Man, really using the roll into the hat multiple times.
And David also, I don't want to miss it because he just none of these players have even touched that vine bridge yet. They're making me feel like an idiot when I touched it now.
Yeah. Get with the times, man. Vine bridge is old news. Nice sputer right there by Necro.
Oh yeah. Krankdud not too far behind, about to get started himself. As Necro is now forced to wait through the 30 seconds of cutscene we get every time we get a Grand Moon. Best part of the run. I really like seeing the strats where that Krankdud's using right now. I missed it on Necros if he was using it, but putting your hat behind Spewart and using that kind of advantage you get when you leave your hat on the ground for an extended amount of time, having it come back the moment right before you hop on the boss.
Yeah. And again, these small little optimizations are really making the difference in how low this time has dropped in the, what, 7 weeks this game's been out already?
Yeah, it came out at the end. Yeah, pretty much.
It used to be like, it used to be like, oh, will anyone ever get 110? And already now it's, oh, you don't have a 110? Scrub.
I remember 120. It's like, oh man, 120. That's a really good time for you right now. And now everyone's below 120. I almost don't even feel satisfied with the 115 anymore.
Don't you have a 111?
Yeah. I mean, like when I'm going for runs.
Okay. I was gonna say, yeah. Well, 115, yeah, that's a reset, man. I feel great shame.
I have dishonored my family.
Interesting little maneuver up there from the clouds from Necro. Always making me nervous when they take the third cloud.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can get quick Bowser.
Oh, beautiful hat snatch.
That hat snatch is both harder and easier than it looks, and I know that might sound silly, but it really is both. The inputs are easier than you think, but doing it consistently is difficult. A very nice backflip grab right there on the second one. Let's see if he can complete the cycle.
Dude, he is, dare I say, creaming through this Bowser as well.
I mean, you've already said it once. You might as well just go for it. Beautiful hat grab on the third one. Meanwhile, Krankdud not getting the quick hit right away. That's not a huge time loss, but it is a couple seconds, and all this time is going to add up here as NicroVeda extends the lead.
Yeah, and you got to think, is there any point at which these players kind of analyzed each other's PBs to see what kind of strats they need to go for in order to stay on pace? Because I know they're both top, I gotta say top 20 on the leaderboard around that. When your competition is that fierce, you kind of have to imagine like which strats are you going to be able to risk, what strats are you going to be leaving out in this competitive racing setting, you know? Yeah.
As you see that NicroVeda getting one of the most difficult strats first try, which is a clean tree. It's a lot of little time that you can lose on that tree. And he had no problem with it. Meanwhile, Krankdud missing the last hat grab, taking another little 3-second loss. It's starting to add up, you know what I mean? You see Necro just slowly creeping this lead ahead.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
David, one of these two players, you wouldn't pick up on it immediately, but yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, David is kind of taking his time a little bit on this Bowser, going with the old consistent strats. Krankdud, man, with another jump off that hat. I don't know if you saw that. That was a really cool tree. That is not easy to do. Great camera angle, I want to point out here by Necro.
Yeah. This is the most stressful kingdom to watch a player run through so hastily too, because every single one of these moons, save for maybe two, has huge risk of just, you know, 30-40 second time loss. Yeah. This kingdom is definitely one that can contribute to a lot of deaths. Now, right here, the under the bridge deathless strats. This may be one place that provides.
Oh
Krankdud.
No!
Oh my God! And there it is. Krankdud now has the chance to catch up. Necro falling into the poison.
That is going to be a huge time loss right now because he can't just go right back to the bridge. He actually has to jump on top of this tree or around it. Ugh!
Oh, very clean though. That was a nice. Yeah.
Getting it. Oh no, he lost his hat.
Oh.
NicroVeda has lost his hat, forgetting that you need to take the death right there.
You
cannot jump back on the bridge once you take the death. He did not deactivate the bird again.
Yeah.
This is going to be a huge mistake, a huge time loss. Meanwhile, we see Krankdud not missing the moon. He is going to take a massive lead after being down 30 seconds.
Yeah, taking advantage of the traps that Lost has laid for Necro over here. That's a huge lead, man. You gotta imagine that Necro is feeling really bummed out about this.
Yeah, I mean, and what's sad about it is, and I thought about it too, after you die, you can't take the deathless strat. You need to take another death under the bridge.
Yeah.
Because if you hop back on the bridge, as you see with what happened with Necro, you're gonna get your hat taken by the bird.
It's something I didn't even consider until it happened to him too. You know, it struck him just as by surprise as it did us.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things that you don't really think about. He's so used to getting the bridge. It has to probably have been a lot of runs since the last time Necro's missed it. And it's just something that slipped his mind right there.
I'm willing to bet within practice for Necro that any time that within his practice, he probably relatively never falls in the goop. And that when he does, I doubt he's ever tried to go for the deathless recovery afterwards, you know?
Yeah, you know, it's just one of those times where you're in between strats, and it happens a lot in races where you make one mistake in a spot that you really never make a mistake, and then you don't have a backup, or you forget your backup, and, you know, you just don't want to compound your mistakes on top of each other when you're in a race situation. Meanwhile, Krankdud making good work through this dark metro.
Yeah, another level that has potential huge time losses. So if he can maintain the lead that he's gained here for a little while, that's going to serve as a huge advantage for him. I'm pretty sure that according to PBs, Necro had a little bit of an advantage in this race. So, I mean, he's probably not watching the other racers. I don't think many people do, but
can't play defense.
The pressure's on. The pressure's on.
Nice little wall jump strat right there from Krankdud to go on the pillar. That's gonna put him a little bit higher on the pillar than doing a normal hat grab or hat jump.
Yeah, and one thing I'll mention real quick too is when you're jumping up the pillars, you can either jump towards the wall that is directly at the back of the building or to the side. Now, the distance between the pillar and the wall on each of these sides is different. So you'll notice that most players do actually opt to jump to the wall that's directly to the back of the building because it's a smaller distance. You actually save a lot of time by choosing that wall.
Nice first cycle back here from Krankdud.
Yeah, he's got the aim, man.
Yeah. You see a lot of these players are just lethal with the motion controls, and I've noticed a lot of crossover in the Splatoon community with the Mario Odyssey community, so I have to think that's an advantage here in the mech fight.
It 100% is, man. Motion control aiming, I'm going to say it, is the best way to play a shooter on console.
I mean, I'm not willing to admit the best, but it's not the worst. You know what I mean? It's doable.
It beats a thumbstick, man. It beats a thumbstick.
I'm not willing to fully go there yet. Meanwhile, Krankdud, though, an interesting little pattern right here. Can he get it? Yes, he can.
Oh, there it is. I'm glad he was able to recover that. When you have those individual lit up balls, it gets a lot more challenging.
Yeah, that was an interesting pattern that the Mecha Wiggler took.
Yeah.
Very high. Ideally, you want the Mecha Wiggler to come low because you can move closer to him.
Mm-hmm.
But getting the 2 cycle, going to keep his pace up. Pressure is now on Necro to also achieve a 2 cycle.
And again, getting another one of those weird Wiggler layouts where you can
quick
see
stop.
The damaged parts of the Wiggler did actually eat up some of those hits when he was shooting out. Luckily, he was able to get it back. But that was risky, man.
That was he had a quick stop on that one too. Yeah. Did not dance around.
You could tell he realized he was in trouble too, because usually the very last balls, they relight up and they shoot out homing missiles at you. So I saw him spamming his missiles right at the end there because he knew that homing missile was going to eat up one of the shots there.
Krankdud doing one of my most favorite strats in the entire run, which is throwing your hat out, getting a moon, and then using your hat to transport your body.
Oh, and then using my favorite and tilting into the box with your C card, getting it. Wow, I thought he was done there when he had that little hiccup.
Yeah. That was a nice little safe way right there to do that. I haven't yet adopted that strat into my run, but I think That nice little setup right there. I think I'm gonna have to.
Right? It was nice.
Yeah, I mean that was a safe strat right there. I mean it wasn't the most optimal time save you can have with the but he was guaranteed to get it. Definitely faster than RC car too. Still.
Yeah.
Let's see Necro. Let's see him. He just goes for it. Misses.
Right for it. Yeah. Now he's lining up. But I'm not sure what he's going for now.
No.
At this point, you got to think. Just switch over, man. Just go grab the RC car. You're wasting too much time at this point.
This is another big mistake. Finally getting it.
Yeah, definitely not. His movement is very sharp, and you noticed that in Dark Metro, even in the slightest ways, he was catching up a little bit to Krankdud. That little hiccup right there is going to solidify this lead he's built up just a little bit more.
Yeah, it's really kind of a game right now where Necro is kind of inching back and forth, but then having like the big mistakes, whereas Krankdud, while his movement may not be as crisp, is not having any major mistakes.
Yeah, so you got to imagine that in the upcoming kingdoms like Snow and Seaside, there isn't a lot of tricks in there that I feel like are hugely difficult, but there is tons of room for optimization. So I feel like that's where Necro is going to see, you know, a big advantage in terms of actually running the game.
Yeah, that was a great climb right there by Krankdud as well. So we see OhHeyItsDavid now entering Light Metro. Meanwhile, his opponent BigZeeff just getting into Dark Metro. So pretty good lead David seems to be extending here on each kingdom.
Yeah, he's definitely in a comfortable spot right now. And like we said, you know, David, we're looking at a couple of 109 races right here, but David is definitely nothing to scoff at when it comes to a speedy Odyssey.
No, he's fully capable of busting out a 109 as well. Although not if he has this RC car he's having right now. Though
he recovered it quickly enough, so we're not too worried about him.
Yeah, I think we've all been there where we take the RC car. Like that's the one thing about doing the moped strats is that you don't like embarrass yourself by messing up the RC car.
Everyone has an RC car strat, but no one has an RC car strat that works every time. You know, sometimes you end up just going like in and out, pulling an Austin Powers.
Yeah, that's what always ends up happening. You just can't get into that star. Like you're right there, but you can't like maneuver your car in there. It's like the first time you ever drove.
Wow.
Heading up to the most important part of the run, ladies and gentlemen. How will Krankdud's OTEP be? There's literally thousandths of a thousandth of a second to save with his OTEP.
This is the part that separates the boys from the men, however.
Yes. Oh, meanwhile, a little bonk from NicroVeda into the wait, hold on.
OTEP.
OTEP! OTEP! All right, as I was saying, Necro had a little bonk right there into the trash can. And again, that's gonna cost him. The bonks add up. Those 2-3 seconds at a time definitely add up quick.
Especially when you're coming against an OTEP like that.
That was a solid OTEP. BigZeeff is going to need a 2-cycle here if he wants to climb back into this race. Well, we're getting an OTEP from NicroVeda right now. You know what?
Man.
An equally good OTEP, I must say.
It was a really solid looking OTEP.
Yeah, that was a very, very solid OTEP. As OhHeyItsDavid makes his way through the crowd. Our other two racers, both on the Odyssey, sorry, Necro is not on the Odyssey yet, but will be in just a second. But both racers heading to Ice. They have their coins. They did Sphinx. They're ready to go.
Oh, I'm nervous for Zeeff here, man. I hope he can nail this 2-cycle.
Yeah.
He's got the right idea to start off, you know, aim for that same single spot. You need one more good hit here, Zeeff. Let's go, buddy.
Looks good. Looks good.
There
nice.
We go.
Nice. Yeah. Yo, and Zeeff's PB is nothing to scoff at here either. He's definitely well below the sub 120 region. He's fully capable.
Oh yeah.
Krankdud having a very nice ice overworld. Oh, hey, it's David taking a little interesting way out of City Hall right there.
I missed what happened.
He kind of like got turned around, turned his camera around. Yeah, it was interesting.
You know, one time I've seen City Hall happen where you get warped in there after the drummer and no one is in there.
Yeah, that like it's 50% of the time no one's in there, and sometimes people are in there. I don't know why.
It goes to show how underappreciated drummers are in terms of the music industry.
Well, I was wondering that the other day while I was running. I was audibly curious as to why some people are not in there and some people are.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be a reason.
All right, so over here we have, again, it happened the last time we commentated together, but we're noticing more and more people are using the other umbrella to avoid the tricky bridge wall jumps.
Oh!
I like that!
Oh!
I've never seen that!
Krankdud right there! That was sexy. Again, and we've seen Krankdud do this a few times already, using that ground pound roll into a hat,
yeah.
Which it gives you a lot of speed and a really high jump. Another ground pound roll right here to achieve P-speed. Getting on super early.
Oh my god, this is just so clean.
Yeah.
Krankdud, man.
You can always judge this room by where that blowhard is at, and as long as he's on the left as you're getting that first moon, you're having a pretty good room.
Yeah.
And getting rid of spiny mating season.
Yeah, falling off nice and easy. None of them getting caught. Getting desperate, you know, sliding into everyone's DMs.
I mean, they just wanted to come and procreate and just get blown away. Oh, wait, it's David with a nice little peek into Captain Toad, not destroying his well-bit igloo.
Yeah, because honestly, without it, he's gonna freeze and he's gonna die.
Yeah.
All right, and Goomba Room, you think we're gonna see another Cap Vault Stomp jump? I feel like he has been going just ham with them so far.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of...
It's another room where I can definitely see the utilization of it.
Yeah.
I like it. I
do
feel
too.
like Cap Vault's been like a super underutilized mechanic thus far.
He went with the ground pound roll cancel right there.
Yeah.
Was trying to get the triple jump all the way through, but it looks like he got iced over.
Still good, a good speed for the finishing part of the Goomba Room.
And they're separated right now by about 2 moons or one single room. NicroVeda looks like he's gaining a little bit of time here in the ice area. Getting that immediate pipe coming out of the Goomba Room is actually a nice little trick. It's a small little optimization and relatively easy. Oh, Krankdud right there. The double jump into the wind tunnel.
Yeah, that was a no-joke snowman.
Yeah.
He really zoomed through that. If he keeps playing like this, I have no doubt that he can maintain a solid lead. But we do have a lot more pivotal parts of the run, you know, coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, David almost pulling off one of my favorite ways to see the poison room, where you use the trajectory from the, what do they call the dudes that blow?
I am going to make up a name for them right now and say they're blowhards. Yes, the blowhards.
The blowhards, yeah.
Yes.
When you use the wind from them in conjunction with a triple jump on top of the wood to get right over to the top of the platform, that's the sexiest poison room you can get in my eyes.
And honestly, let's be honest. Let's be real. Half of speedrunning is just about looking really good. Another roll into the hat right there, not really working out for him, but you can see
he had the right idea.
Krankdud really relying on that.
One thing I really admired about that particular bit of playing from Krankdud was that he realized he wasn't going to make it, and instead of, getting desperate and bonking against the wall trying to get up, he took his dive to position himself for the easy wall climb.
Yeah, minimizing your mistakes.
Yeah. And there's a lot of times you'll see runners who will just reposition themselves again for the harder jump that at that point would no longer be faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right there by the wall. Just use the wall for wall jumps. Now the cave, the hardest room in all the game, the single hardest moon. No problem from Krankdud. People mock me when I say that, but I think that is the hardest moon in the entire run.
In the entire run, yeah, I'm gonna have to be against you on that one.
Yeah, the entire run.
I have seen it give you a lot of trouble. I'm not gonna dismiss that.
it's the only reason. I'd be a 107 right now, but I'm stuck at 112 because of that cave.
I'd have the world record if it wasn't for that damn chest.
That cave, yeah, if that cave did. Shaden would be worried if that cave didn't exist. Let me tell you. My 2D mind, my 2D Mario mind cannot handle that cave. It mystifies me.
It really does mess with you a little bit because it looks like a nice 2D segment, but you can move around in the 3D realm still in there.
Yeah.
Watching it on Necro too.
Yeah, Necro exhibiting my biggest issue right there. Although having much better backup strats than I do.
Yeah, he got right back up there.
And taking the bonk though. Now that was an example though of how much time can be lost in the cave. Versus a nice optimal cave. It's a very serious time loss. And it's one of the few places you can really lose time here in this particular kingdom.
Yeah, that's true. The notes, you can screw up the notes and you can mess up the cave, but swimming through the cave, grabbing all those coins, there's not really any way to mess that up.
Yeah, I mean you can
fish bonks.
Yeah, you can get the fish bonks, but even those aren't like the worst things that's ever happened.
Yeah, because like fish bonks are like half as bad as a regular bonk, and even from there, you're still on track. But Krankdud grabbing his last moon, getting out of here as Necro's just starting his fish segment. I feel like Krankdud is keeping up a really, really strong pace.
Yeah, he definitely had a very, very solid last two kingdoms.
Yeah, and for anyone who's just joining in the race, we had back in Lost Kingdom, Necro actually suffered not only a death, but a klepto hat steal as well, which is the reason that these runners are so far apart, yet appearing so similar in skill. Oh, and David actually missing the stomp section a couple of times there in the seafloor room. They can be tricky, man.
Yeah, and OhHeyItsDavid really having no problem in his race right now.
Yeah, he's getting up that jet stream cave as well. Easy peasy.
Oh, the cave though, man.
He did have to go for the makeshift hat grab. I have no doubt in my mind that Krankdud is going to be achieving this first try salt pile.
Oh my god, that announcer's curse right there.
Krankdud, if you're watching this mod, I'm so sorry.
You know what, but again, like you said earlier, Krankdud being very smart. He recognizes he's not going to get it. Instead of trying to dive and get lucky and risk a bonk, he just goes back and resets up,
It's true.
He's minimizing his mistakes, and that's really the difference in this match right now, whereas Necro has been really clean except for 2 major mistakes.
That's going to be really nice for catch-up potential for Necro right there, too. That's got to build up, I don't know, an easy 10 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds that Crank had, just thrown away there.
Another Sputer fight. Sputer is probably, I would say, the easiest of the bosses.
Yeah.
As I say that, of course, Krankdud takes damage. He's gonna want to go. He's going to get that heart right there. That heart's actually gonna save him.
I like that. Yeah, because it's gonna make sure after the cutscene he doesn't have to, watch his meter refill.
Yeah. Again, each time you get hit and you fill up with a single moon, not the triple moons. The triple moons are okay, but with a single moon, you actually lose 2 seconds refilling your hearts.
Yeah. And so Necro actually didn't have any struggles with that stall pile, and you'll notice that the gap between the two now has shrunk a lot.
Yeah, it has shrunk very quickly. Basically a boss fight between them. Any mistake by Krankdud at this point could definitely bring Necro right back in head to head. As we get down to the and we're getting down to the wire here, the last 3 kingdoms.
Yeah, there's so much room for error, whether it be in a boss fight or, you know, the risky movement that you can opt for in the Bowser Kingdom. Move and skip alone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those skips that sometimes it just doesn't go too well. Really smooth movement from Crank there, getting on top of that mountain, though.
Yeah.
I really like how he used the jump after your hat returns to you to get that extra little bit of height without having to actually do any back or stomp jumps. Oh man!
Oh,
such a nice.
Okay, we should talk about that move he just did right there.
That to everybody.
Okay, so you're gonna see most players opt to actually go on the next roof and then throw the hat back and use a homing missile. And that's because they're using the Pro Controllers. As you can see right there, what Krankdud did is a move that's exclusive to the Joy-Cons, where you actually throw your hat straight down by throwing both Joy-Cons down into the ground. You can't do it with the Pro Controller, which really, really stinks. And most players opt for the better control with Mario that the Pro Controller gives you. But Krankdud obviously risking it to get the biscuit and using the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, and we'll see that NicroVeda just had to do the turnaround, throw your hat. It saves like no time, let's be real, but it looks a lot better.
You know, I'd say it's two seconds, honestly. I mean, which is not inconsequential, you know?
That's fair.
And I don't think it's the only place where that saves time.
No, there is definitely other advantages with the Joy-Cons. I believe you can get longer hat tosses with the motion controls. In addition to, you know, it just makes a lot of the motion control stuff easier. If you're rolling, you can actually choose which hand you want to shake, so you can maintain, you know, stability in your movement, like with your directional movement, instead of, you know, shaking the controller around like an idiot. That was
that cheese he made. Yeah, like. I've never seen that one happen. Is he stuck? Yeah, it looked like he was stuck.
Dude, he's at 1 health. Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah. You know, BigZeeff making a climb up there. He's now just entering Seaside.
Ooh, I'm loving this fork room from Nico right here. Those upwards hat tosses make this room so beautiful. Ooh. And he doesn't even go for the last fork there. He just jumps right up to the last one.
That's sexy.
That was a beautiful fork room. That's the fork room I would like to take home.
Krankdud, meanwhile, opt to skip forks.
Yeah, we're gonna see a Potable room out of him, and that's gonna be interesting because these racers are so close. But Necro going for that quick climb and actually losing a little bit of time that way. But yeah, they're still close. The difference between rooms might make a small difference here.
Ooh, not getting the first jump up there.
Yeah, and Krankdud having a clean Potable room thus far.
I think the Potable room is quite frankly easier. It's just a little bit more dangerous. Ooh.
Oh my God, that was
nice
so
movement.
Cool.
Nice movement right there. That little move.
Opt to just jump up, dive, take 1 hit from the lava, but. Obviously, we talked about it earlier. Every hit you take is going to eat up a little bit of time with the cutscene.
Yeah.
I'm getting hit afterwards anyway. But he's going for meat percent, so it doesn't... Oh, no, he's going for behind the mountain.
Yeah, that's going to be another 2 seconds that Necro is going to get. And Necro is closed about a moon gap here, it looks like, in Luncheon.
He had a little bit of that rough movement out of the fork room to get towards that on top. I don't know what you call it, the on top of the little Goomba mountain.
Krankdud really struggling to get up to the meat.
All right, here he is grabbing the lap moon and making his way out of Luncheon at about a 2 moon pace ahead of Necro here.
Yeah, beautiful jump right there. Podoboo jump by OhHeyItsDavid, by the way. A gorgeous Podoboo grab, Podoboo jump combo. That was very optimal movement by OhHeyItsDavid.
Making us proud, man.
I don't understand why Podoboos jump high sometimes and jump low other times.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think that's with your speed in the Podoboo a little bit.
If someone in chat can whisper me on Twitter or something and please explain that to me, I would be forever grateful.
All right, so Krankdud taking the ship out of Luncheon. Meanwhile, Necro has gathered the last of moons. They're not far apart.
Yeah, that was a very good kingdom for Necro, I would say.
Yeah.
And a mediocre one for Krankdud. Necro definitely closed the gap on that kingdom.
That being said, he definitely had a couple of small mistakes himself, and Krankdud did manage to maintain a decent lead here. Ruined Kingdom.
Ooh, look at this. Yes. Yes, I love that, Krankdud. Completely unnecessary. That is.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah. Actually, I think because he got the wall jump on it, it's kind of a minimal time save. Or it's not even a time save at that point. But
yeah, once he got the wall jump, I'm pretty sure he was taking a bit of a slower route. But hey,
that is about yeah. Screwing that up is about the only way to die in the dragon fight. So. The testicular fortitude exhibited right there by Krankdud, I am a fan of. It looks like he's going to be going no damage strats, I believe.
Like it. I'm a fan.
I think the damage is just like it's the automatic time. You're not you don't have to worry about anything. It's definitely the dumb man's way to do it.
Yeah, no, taking the damage definitely is a really safe way to get a good ruin time. I feel like going damage-less is the way to get the best ruin time, though.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, you're right against it.
Yeah, it could be wrong.
I feel the way you clip into the dragon and then just go right underneath the go right underneath the crown and hit him right away. That's the new meta. I don't know if that's possible. That was a joke. OhHeyItsDavid getting the meat right there.
OhHeyItsDavid really not far behind from Krankdud or Necro. He's not in a race with them right now. No. His opponent is obviously BigZeeff, so he's maintaining a solid lead. But still, that pace he's on is still really, really nice.
It looks like about a dragon cycle separating Krankdud and Necro right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is the worst part of the run, though. After you hit the dragon the last time, you have about, I want to say it's about 50 seconds to a minute of cutscenes until you're on the Odyssey.
Worse than the mech? After you get the mech and it's like a minute and a half before you get to do anything again?
You bring up a good point.
I would just say that literally every time you get a Grand Moon, it's not the most fun part of the run.
Yeah, Grand Moon, Warp, talk to Cappy a little bit.
But at the same time, it's 3 moons for 30-second cutscene. Like, what are you going to do? That's a good value, I guess.
Yeah. That's some Costco level value.
Mm-hmm. If only they allowed us to use moons in further kingdoms, this route would be never ending.
Oh man, that would be so cool.
It'd be interesting. We'd probably just get everything in Cascade and like
you would grab a lot of the Cascade moons.
Yeah, you would.
Sand has a lot. Like, think of how many moons you consistently route out of Sand and like Metro.
Yeah,
they would have so much.
Sand would be pretty heavy here. Let's see how David handles the dragon. I'm pretty sure David goes with damage strats.
Judging by his current position, I think you're probably right. He's getting all those hearts available right away, which I actually really like. And then another indicator that he's probably going for the damage strats. Oh, but you know, the time he took right there.
Oh, see? If he would have done damage strats, he would have already been up there, but he was trying to do no damage. Oh, does not get the bird here, Krankdud. He's gonna have to do glory hole, ladies and gentlemen.
What a shame.
Yeah, I want to think that he did that for us, specifically.
And I love that he goes for the railing jump, pulling the risky jumps again, man. Every little second in this kingdom, like these racers are so close together right now. If Necro gets this new bird strat, oh, is he actually interesting? Necro using the bird simply to get up, but not going for the behind the wall moon.
Looks like we have multiple glory holes happening. A beautiful jump up there by Necro.
Oh yeah. That was actually turnaround was swagaricious.
Yeah, that was a nice little time save. Catching up to Crank here on this climb. They're a cutscene away. Let's see how they handle this split moon. Krankdud so far, very clean. Opting to run into... Oh, throwing the hat down.
Again, advantage of the motion controls
the
on the Joy-Cons again. Yeah.
Yeah, the Joy-Cons right there.
Yo, and you gotta be impressed by that twirl spin grab of that moon piece.
Yeah, I mean, you're really seeing the Joy-Cons. That's going to be about... I would count like like maybe 4 seconds that the Joy-Cons have saved him in this run.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna dispute that.
I hate that. Nintendo, just give the Pro Controller its due. Necro kind of forgetting he's got to do glory hole here. Necro with a quick glory hole.
And Krankdud going from the other side of the wall, going all the way around, which is, it looks like the smarter way to do it. I've not seen many people go from that side of the wall. Going into Boss Rush Town, this is where Necro is going to get his chance to catch up, man. Because if he messes up a single part here, if he doesn't get the topper hit early, if he, you know, misses too many bomb returns from Harriet, a lot can happen in these two fights.
Yeah. And smartly going.
He uses the backflip jump.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's got to have, you know, every player has their own strats with these fights.
Missing the second one, but knowing exactly where it was.
It was right next to where he hit on both jumps, so he was able to quickly isolate it and recover fast.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that was something he planned and has a backup for in case he misses it right away.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Necro going for Bomb Girl first. See, interesting. I think going for Topper, because you're more likely to get hit with Topper, and then you can get the checkpoint, is kind of the better play. So you save those 2 seconds on refilling your hearts. But I think traditionally, at the beginning of the game, because value went Bomb Girl first, a lot of players have opted to do that and not changed.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always just approached it, you know, right to left, just like for no real reason. I actually, the first time I saw someone go Bomb Girl first, I was a little weirded out. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, Necro right there, missing one of the bombs as well.
Yeah, so he's still got to do a full topper to catch up to where Krankdud is at.
Yeah, and he's going to have a perfect topper to make up for that Bomb Girl miss right there if he doesn't want to lose any more time.
Did Necro just go towards the panel there?
I think he forgot. Yeah, I think he forgot he had topper.
Interesting. All right. And yeah, just the regular jump out of Necro. No, no twirls, no backflips, no nothing. But getting the quick topper.
Okay, now he's going to be able to head there.
Yeah, that fight definitely... I feel like he saved more time on that topper than he lost compared to Krankdud on Harriet. You know what I mean?
I think I'm going to agree with you on that.
So
very minimal, though. He had very minimal. Meanwhile, Krankdud almost missing that hat jump right there, but recovering. Getting over the railing just barely. And getting into the Pokio, he's going to be making his way up to the mech. Let's see how Necro's climb is going to be.
So there's a lot of things that can go on in this mech that will isolate a lead for any of these players, and that includes pretty much like one difficult trick for each of the cycles, you know?
Yeah.
Like you got the bird list for the first one. You got before he finishes stepping for the second one, before the donuts for the third one, and just as fast as you can go for the fourth.
Nice climb by Necro, by the way. All right. Yeah. Going for the bonk strats, Krankdud opting for a little bit safer.
That's a really sharp angle he's got.
Oh no,
and he misses the stomp. Oh no. He's opting for another attempt.
Oh, he misses.
I think it might be time to grab a bird.
No, he's not grabbing a bird. These players aren't grabbing a bird. But this is a huge opportunity for Necro to catch up right now.
Yeah, he's got me. He's got me stuck right now.
He cannot afford to fall off again. Let's see if Necro can get a first clean hit. No, he falls off as well.
Oh. And Krankdud actually got a second step hit over there on the second cycle, so he did save a little bit of time there. Oh man!
Oh no!
This is neck and neck right now.
Oh. All right, can Necro get back on, or is
whatever he can do to manage to save some time?
He got back on.
Man.
One step.
That early stomp as well.
That is a one step right there.
Now, am I seeing this correctly? Did he?
He opted for the top one,
and then
so hang
interesting. What?
Oh!
Damn, Krankdud.
I have not seen that before, actually.
The strats, yeah, dude. That was so cool.
That was interesting. Yeah, I liked that. Okay, so what he did right there was a lot of times you'll see players is you're gonna see Necro right now on the top. See how he's kind of missing it. What Krankdud did was maybe sacrifice that first initial hit for the consistency of the hang off and hitting right away and not missing the top. It was an interesting strat. I definitely have not seen it before.
You gotta think it's a little riskier, man, because I feel like
that too. You're more likely to fall off.
Movement, yeah, with the vigorous movement of the mech, getting that hang cannot be super consistent.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting.
But man, these players are essentially a Grand Moon cutscene apart right now.
Yeah, very little time between them.
Full cutscene apart.
Very, very little time between these players.
All right, we have David going for his climb right now, heading on to the mech fight himself. A chance to be the best mech fight of the night.
Yeah, it looks like a 102.40 globe on Krankdud. So it's going to be about a 20 to 20 second difference. It's looking like between these two players.
Yeah, pretty much 20.
Yeah. With we still have a very difficult Bowser fight. We still have Moonskip coming up. There's some time to save.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Necro had a pretty consistent amount of Bowser hat, solid Bowser hat grabs in the Cloud Kingdom, did he not?
He was definitely more aggressive in the Cloud Kingdom.
With the Bowser Kingdom, or with the Bowser fight.
Yeah, he was definitely more aggressive.
David moving on to that mech, man.
This
BigZeeff getting the Dragon Moon.
David a little inside the shadow for his first ground pound stomp. He's gonna have an interesting angle. Handling it, no problem.
Yeah, I think David goes to it very similarly to how I would. I feel like that's a solid amount. As long as you can get in the air, you're not getting stomped or blocked by the top of the mech, you're fine. But no, he's got the first quick...
Whoa.
There we go. You get a little bit of leeway on these first couple of cycles.
Interesting moon movement here by Krankdud. Most players opt to roll as far as they can. Krankdud going for the double flower strat, by the way. He's going to take these flowers all the way to the Sphinx. This could be, this could make the difference. Quick setup. The throw.
Oh.
Looks good.
He catches it. He catches that wall. And I love how he even goes with the hat jump to get that extra little bit of just, distance advantage where he starts his rolling. Like, that is some optimal movement.
I'm booing that. Necro, meanwhile, also looking good. Is there enough time on this Bowser? I really think Krankdud had the gained a few seconds right there.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Which is very important here on this coming into this end part.
Now David got through that mech really nicely.
Yeah, that was best mech fight of the night.
Yeah.
You know, don't look right now, but BigZeeff is really kind of has been gaining a lot of time here on these last 3 kingdoms as well. He had a very clean luncheon. At least seems to be having a very clean Bowser so far.
All right, and getting the quick.
Oh,
no,
Krankdud missing it.
That's what. Oh man, missing two of them. That's what Necro needs right now.
Oh, he's gonna opt to not do the fast strat anymore.
Honestly, it's the better call in my opinion.
and Necro
also missing it. Taking the chance and just letting it slip away by the smallest bit twice in a row.
Misses 2 as well. And then opting out of it. Oh, no. I mean, no, and then missing it a 3rd time on the safe strat.
You got to bet that's hitting him pretty hard right now.
I wonder if he knew where where Krankdud was right there. Krankdud not even going for it this 3rd time. Going to opt for the safe strat. And smartly so.
With a time like 106 in the middle of the Bowser fight, you got to imagine that he's just trying to play it safe.
Oh man, if Necro gets that first hat grab, we have a race right now. Like we are.
Yeah,
we're intensely.
And I think he's going for it. Oh, he's ready. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess next thing we gotta wonder is he gonna go for 2D skip?
That's the next. I feel like that's the last, other than, you know, solid movement within like the Bowser area and solid shots with the fireballs towards the pillars. That's the last place you can save a significant amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see if he's gonna go for it or not. Right now, does Krankdud go for the 2D skip?
Right now, all things are pointing to Krankdud emerging victorious, but I'm not counting Necro down and out just yet.
I would not want to see either one of these players in bracket play.
Yes.
Going for it!
Skip it!
Getting it!
Oh,
the fortitude! Oh, the testicular fortitude right there.
I'm a proud commentator right now.
I mean, it's gonna take something drastic to happen at this point for Krankdud to lose. Let's see, does Necro go for it as well?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's free.
Trivial. It's trivial for them.
Yeah. It is free for them. Now let's break through the walls.
I still hold to this, man. They made those trees suspiciously too much like palm trees, or those rock pillars. Like, they're trying to go with a spring break theme here. They definitely are.
I don't know what they were trying to do with this scene at all. Like this, I just really have no idea where this came from.
Like, the first thing that hops into my mind is, like, you know, the sunny beaches of Canada on a hot summer day.
It looked like he got 4 fireballs on that first one, so he's only going to have to hit one of these fireballs to make the break.
All right,
getting it, avoiding it.
Just barely missing that sub 109 as well. Really showing off with an amazing run here. Krankdud about to finish, I'm going to say at 109. Oh,
1099.
Yo, we called it.
Yeah. Very great race right there by Krankdud.
Incredible.
Necro right here is also going to finish sub 110. Which is, again, just ridiculous. When about 3 weeks ago, we all thought sub 110 wasn't even possible.
Yeah.
And now people are just cranking them out in races with a 109.32. An incredible race. A 109.32, I might want to remind you, losing Cappy.
Yeah. Losing Cappy and dying, you know, like.
Yeah.
Apart from that single little kerfuffle. he would have been a solid 108. He would have been able to take the tournament. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes.
Hell of a race right there by Krankdud and NicroVeda. Hats off to both of these competitors. Meanwhile, OhHeyItsDavid not having a dud run himself.
Yeah, just getting started on the Bowser segment now himself. Very close behind these other two racers.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna pump out do we call it pedestrian at this point? A pedestrian 112? Like, just even since this tournament has started, seeing the times drop has been very, very impressive. Although missing the triple jump right there, you can actually get it if you do a double jump and then do a slash attack.
Yeah.
You can still get that jump. Apparently, David, not aware of that. We're gonna have to drop that hashtag knowledge on him after this run.
Is David going to be bold enough to go for this 2D skip as well?
Nope.
Playing it safe.
You know what? I don't blame him at that point. It's 2 seconds in a race, you know, but at the same time, BigZeeff actually opting to go with a bird here. Now, the birdless strats are about 12 seconds faster, but using the bird, you're pretty much guaranteed at least these first 2 cycles that you're going to stay on top of the map.
Yeah, it's very safe. The bird is incredibly safe.
Smashing through the blocks to bar your way. Sounded like 4 solid hits right there.
I'm sorry. Did you really just quote the song for the commentary?
Yes.
That was beautiful. I think yeah, you got a lot of those.
You gotta smash through the blocks that bar your way.
I wish I knew a single other word of this song. I've heard it like a million times too.
Oh, see, every time I get here, somebody in my chat donates like the lyrics to this song, and it's like so it's like etched in my head. Yeah.
And David coming through with that hot sub 113, man.
Yeah.
Really good time over here for him as well.
A 112.31, which is an incredible race time. Very, very solid run there.
Yeah, and winning his race as well. I believe that would put OhHeyItsDavid in the brackets.
I believe that does put OhHeyItsDavid in the bracket stage.
Yeah.
How the heck did Krankdud and Necro get bracketed or get grouped together? What happened there? Which one of those guys was sandbagging? Like, I gotta know that. Let's see if we can maybe get one of these racers in here for an interview. But again, very, very clean runs there. A nice mech fight there by BigZeeff as well. He's looking at a solid sub 120. And judging by his splits, might be heading towards a PB.
Yeah.
Which we always love to see a race PB.
Everyone loves a hot PB. It's the best part of your daily breakfast.
Mm. As we're going, I don't know if BigZeeff has music here. We're just going to enjoy no music. We're trying to get one of these racers in for some sort of interview.
I'll see if I can't pull them down.
Pulling them in there. Hey, OhHeyItsDavid.
OhHeyItsDavid, hello.
How's it going, guys?
Wonderful. Hi, congratulations on the win. Solid sub 113 there.
Thank you.
How'd you feel about your run?
The fact that I just tied with my PV is kind of like I didn't really do anything.
I saw the red go on your time like right at that last second there, dude.
You know,
felt like a pretty good run.
Yeah. And this win, correct me if I'm wrong, advances you out of group stage.
I have one more race to do, but I think I should.
Are you 2-0 right now?
Yeah,
I'm
are you
2-0.
2-0?
Yeah, so
Oh,
you'll be
you're-
moving on. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be moving
I am?
on
Okay.
now. So
Congratulations.
congratulations on that.
Well, thank you.
I mean, it's always exciting just to get out of the group stage. But how do you feel so far about both your runs? You had a run against Gelidot, who is a very solid racer in himself.
Oh, that race was scary.
Yeah, and then this run here against BigZeeff, where you tie your PB. I have to think that you're looking for to get into the sub 110s here pretty soon.
Oh, very much so. I've been doing a lot of practicing off stream and whatnot, just getting those golds and getting some of best down.
Yeah. What would you say are some of the most challenging parts for practicing the run? Like, what parts are your biggest hurdles right now?
Definitely Bowser's Kingdom, because I have to learn the new movement for the bird, the wall stuff and whatnot. And then I guess mainly just changing up strats for sand and all that stuff.
Yeah, don't worry. There's going to be a new one in 3 days.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait till somebody figures out. Oh, it's like, oh, Clip's really slow here, you know. So yeah, I was like, oh, well, glad I spent that 20 hours trying it. Yeah. So this is your first tournament? First speedrun tournament?
This is like my third tournament.
Third
Yeah,
tournament.
you were part of some of the rando tournaments, correct? The Zelda
Yeah, I did
rando?
Rando and I did Earthbound. Yeah.
Ah,
So
yes.
Seasoned veteran at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
How are you feeling about the competition here in the Super Mario Odyssey tournament?
It's a little scary because there are a lot of like the two bottom racers in our group right now. It's scary going to be running against them, but for the people that are next to my level, it seems like it's going to be a really fun time for sure.
During today's race, was there any major mistakes you felt like you made, and anything you definitely want to clean up for your next one?
The tree and lost. That's always
The meme tree,
one.
man.
The tree and loss. The dragon fight. I was trying to do damageless, but couldn't get it.
We were talking about that while you were there too. I'm a big fan of the damage
Yeah.
list as well, but I will concede that the damage strats, they're safe, man.
Yeah,
The damage
I
strats,
usually do it. I usually do it, but I was like, I want to try damage to this one shot. One time.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, David. Congratulations on moving on. We hope to see you go 3-0, and secure a very nice seed up in the bracket play.
Have you scouted out your final competition?
My last race, we haven't really scheduled the time yet, but we should be probably getting it done sometime this week for sure.
Cool. All right. Well, go check out Oh Hey It's David, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on moving on. Can't wait to see you race more.
Yeah. Thank you guys for commentating.
Cool.
I'll see if I can pull Krankdud in real quick. I don't know if he's here right now, but I'm going to give it a shot.
They should be able to just
Oh.
join. I think.
Hey,
Krankdud,
Krankdud.
hello.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, congratulations on the win. Heck of a race right there between you two. How you feeling right now?
I did not think I would win.
Well, you know, we talked about it during the race. The major difference between you was major mistakes. You definitely were on, like, you had some points where you knew you weren't going to make the jump, but instead of, you know, compounding your already missed jump with a bonk, you just pulled out and regrouped. Is that something you practice? You don't see that a lot in races, actually. Is that something you consciously practiced and thought about?
Not really. I think I'm kind of used
smart
to doing
plan,
it because I do a bunch of blind races for like mystery tournament.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's got to be part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So coming up against your opponent, I mean, I'm sure you both looked at each other's PBs, being two racers who are within, I think you're both within top 20, top 15 or something like that. So you're saying you were a little worried about, didn't think you were going to win this one. And I gotta ask, was there any difference in your strats? Did you try to incorporate anything perhaps a little bit more risky, you know, to compensate for who your competition was?
Not really. I'm gonna go for everything I can against anyone. So I'm the kind of person that's just like that.
Yeah, I pull out 100% every time. I got you, man.
Other than that, how's your group stage looking right now? Are you 2-0 in your group? 1-0? How many races?
2-0.
You have 2-0 right now, so that is definitely going to advance you through the group play, so congratulations on that. You looking at your last race, do you have any goals you want to achieve here before finishing up group play?
I'm actually not sure if... I think the last person might have dropped out
Oh.
of the group, so...
3-0, congratulations! Yo, 3-0 right there!
Unstoppable!
I'll have to make sure that's the case before. Just...
I imagine your opponent's sitting there watching like, I'm waiting for you.
No. Yeah, I think the other thing I want to ask, did you get nervous towards the end? We saw kind of both players make a little bit of mistake in the mech fight and the Bowser fight. Were you getting kind of nervous towards those last two boss fights?
Not more nervous than I usually am.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just didn't go my way this time, so...
Did you have any idea how close you two were?
No, I usually don't watch the stream when I'm racing.
Okay.
Good call.
Can't play defense. Can't play defense, yeah.
I can't remember. Was it Krankdud or was it Necro who went with... Krankdud, did you have the strat where you went for the Boing Lao, the lake boss mech hit last? On the side of the mech?
Yeah, and then you hung off the mech. That was, we were talking about that. It was the first time we've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through the thought process behind that strat?
For me, it was just the third hit on the side. I have trouble getting back up. So it's like, alright, I'll just hit the top one first. And then figure out some way to hit the third one last.
That's interesting. Do you have any danger kind of like getting the hang right there? Or was the hang like not on purpose?
That's the strat.
Okay. Okay. Another thing we actually noticed a big difference between you and pretty much every other race we've watched is your use of the throw the hat, ground pound, roll into the hat strat, as opposed to maybe triple jumping. Yeah, high speed hat. What I don't know what we should call it. High speed hat throws, like high speed hat bonks. Yeah. When did you start incorporating that into your runs?
I think it's the wooded strat that I do for skipping the bridge. That's like the first time I used it. And then I just kind of looked for where I could use
when you use it in snow to get past, like from the chest to the
that
the
was
stomp.
Beautiful.
I wasn't expecting that at all. It was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we both audibly whoa on that one just because that was new to us and looked very efficient.
Yeah, I'm still not really sure how it compares to what other people are doing because I'm lazy and haven't time things. So, but it's pretty nice.
It looks swag, you know what I mean?
If
it didn't save time, it should gain time and points, you know, swag points. So,
I mean, I'm compared to lining up a long jump on the railing. I'm sure it's got to be at least a little bit quicker.
Yeah. But yeah, so what's your goal time here for this game?
I mean, one away is first because I'm so close to that. After that, it's probably just going to be until I get bored of the game.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Thank you so much. Happy to see the win from you. Great race. And can't wait to see you in bracket play.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Krankdud, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely check him out right there. I think that's going to do it for us here today.
Yeah, we have BigZeeff finishing off with his 121.15, getting through the end of the game very smoothly.
Oh, we got Necro.
Necro's here. Perfect. What's up, Necro?
One sec. Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We're getting a little bit of echo from you. Do you have headphones you can put on by any chance?
I just paused the stream. Is it better now?
You're
oh, perfect.
Yeah, you're good. Necro, first of all, heck of a race, man. Came up just a little short there. We thought you were gonna come back in the Bowser, the last Bowser fight.
Yeah, that was the last chance for sure.
Yeah, it was neck and neck there too. You were both going for the quick hat grab, and you both actually missed the exact same quick hat grab.
I was like kind of watching in the corner of my eye.
Oh yeah.
It's a little, I noticed that, and then it's like, oh shit, like I did the same thing.
Well, that's very interesting. We always want to know if the racers were aware of where they were at. But I think the thing I want to ask you about, I want to go back to is walk me through what happened in Lost.
So I go for like when people do moon under the bridge, they usually throw the cap at it, but I just like want the tiny time save, and I'm just greedy, so I went for the just the dive, and I got a little messed up, so you know that's what happened. And then I completely like forgot about how I can't do the death list thing again. So
yeah, that's what we were talking about too, because we're saying when you're practicing, you know, Lost, I'm sure there's very few scenarios where even in practice you see a situation like, you know, making sure, oh, you know what, I died once, I gotta make sure to take the death here. It's not really something at that point that you're thinking about.
Yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head with that one when you were mentioning that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and past there, I mean, it was kind of a game of catch up, and you kind of slowly inch back through every kingdom, but just came up just like a little bit short. Yeah,
trying everything I could. Like, I think what I could take out of it is just like don't try to go for like tiny time savers. Like, it's just really not worth it, regardless of like my opponent, you know.
Yeah. Beyond that, how many runs have you done so far in the race and in the tournament?
That was my second. I just did one yesterday, so I got one more to go.
One more. All right. Well, we're definitely look forward to hoping you get a win here, so we can see you out in bracket play. Yeah. You got a heck of a group right there, group stage, like.
Yeah, Crank. I feel like he just kind of came out of nowhere, and he's improving really fast. So GGs to him.
Yeah, he was the sandbagger of the group then. That's what we were trying. We were wondering how he got this like god matchup right here early.
Yeah, no, he's definitely really solid, and just nothing to sleep on whatsoever.
Yeah. So is there anything you're really looking to clean up here as you go into your final match of group play, or anything you're gonna focus on in practice?
Kind of just like I said, just be a little less greedy. Just I don't know, take it, be more formulated with how I play, I guess. Instead of just. Because a lot of my mistakes too, if I make a mistake, it's because I'm so used to doing like one thing. My backups are very lacking, so that's something I could take out of that.
Yeah. Well, heck of a race, man. Your movement is top notch and was really awesome to see. So I just want to say congratulations again on a heck of a race. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
Yep, cool. Thanks so much. Necro right there, ladies and gentlemen. Check him out as well on the Twitches. So yeah, I think that'll do it for us right here. Xwater. Yeah. I mean, I'm sad we missed Sand Kingdom, but I mean, another amazing set of races here we got to commentate.
Yeah, we're blessed with the quality of gameplay we get to just watch. This is kind of awesome getting to see
this Mario Odyssey tournament has been pretty amazing through group play so far, and I imagine it's only going to continue as it goes on.
Dude, bracket start, it's going to be unreal.
Yeah. I want to say thank you to the Speed Gaming channel for having us as well. We'll be on, me and Xwater, I think we'll be on some more commentaries, so be on the lookout for us pretty soon.
Yeah, all right, and we'll be heading out, guys. Thanks so much for listening. If you're interested in seeing more details about the tournament, I believe in your chat, in the Speed Gaming chat, you can type !SMO. There's also a Discord for it, and feel free to reach out to myself or any of the Speed Gaming moderators for more information.
Yep. Cool. Peace.
See you later.